Hola amigos, bienvenido al Rear Naked Chat.
Or would it be here naked chat?
I don't know. I'm
Is it an
literally
accent?
reading this off of Google Translate. I've got one
Uh,
more sentence to do. Hoje nos estamos falando sobre o episodio de Ultimate Fighter 4.
uh, uh,
So for
sorry, what? Yeah,
Dr. Pepper.
yeah. Yes, yes. Now I wonder if it's here naked chat
Here
because
Naked Chat.
R's are H's, aren't they?
Uh,
Uh,
anyway, in English,
e aí,
this is
galera?
this is Rear Naked Chat, episode 4, Ultimate Fighter Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely loving this series.
Yeah,
So much more than Tough Live. I know Tough Live's a different product, but mate, this is what Ultimate Fighter's about.
yeah. But
Exactly
even
what's going
like
on.
even if you take TUF live out of the equation,
Yeah,
even in comparison with all the other regular series of Ultimate Fighter,
yeah,
this is up there as one of the
yeah.
best,
It's true. Yeah.
definitely.
Like at the start when they recap, it's like,
Yeah,
okay, previously on Ultimate Fighter Brazil, and it just
yeah.
shows a clip of two of them just running around naked, just going crazy. It's like, it's only episode 3, and that's going on.
Yeah, these dudes are just going nuts. There's
Yeah.
already been beef. Already been like, oh, someone's already been threatened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
And it's just
actually, yeah, God, speaking of that, I've got to say, Gasparzinho, he's starting to annoy me now.
is he?
Yeah, it's too much. It's almost like you know in movies sometimes they always seem to have that one character where they're just relentlessly sort of an asshole, like they're kind of a friend of the main guy or something,
Yeah.
but you're kind of just waiting for that moment where it's all going to go wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Well, because he
Maybe,
keeps pushing it and
yeah,
pushing
it
it
keeps
and pushing it
pushing
a
it,
little bit
just loose
further.
cannon,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's out of control, and maybe like in the movies, it's always like the friend will be covering for him or whatever, and
Yes.
maybe like
Because
Joe
it's not
Pesci,
nasty yet. It's like they're sort of saying, like, just calm down, just calm down.
like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Just
just
keeps
always
pushing it.
bubbling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're just waiting for that moment where something's going to go horribly wrong or someone's going to snap. And I thought
He's
it was going to happen this week, man. Like the
yeah.
way he was fucking with people when they
Before
sleep.
he confronted Rodrigo Dam,
Yeah,
I thought, okay, we just need someone serious to come out and just to set him straight.
yeah,
But it didn't quite happen. But still, when Rodrigo came up to him, he was a little bit more serious. Like, look, they locked me out. They locked me out. I'm not messing
yeah,
about. They just locked me out.
yeah. Yeah. It wasn't. He wasn't going to push it with him, was he?
No, no.
But yeah. Did you think Mahoney Jason had a good point? Like where because he basically said, "I'm blaming your whole team."
I I was a bit confused. I had to rewatch that a few times, right?
Yeah.
Because especially the bit where he went and explained to Vitor's team in the
Yes.
changing rooms about what happened.
I
Like,
wonder if the
what?
translation was a little bit
Yeah, like
lost
what was
there.
his point there? Did you think when he was talking to the team? What was he trying to get across to them?
I didn't quite get it. I think it was mainly that he was just saying like sorry for because basically he was pissed off, so he was like, "Fuck it, if I'm up, I'm going to go and train."
Right.
But then that woke other people up, obviously. So I think it was kind of like, "Sorry if I woke some of you up,"
Okay.
but at the same time, you lot are all the green team. So if he wakes me up, as far as I'm concerned, you've all woke me up.
Okay.
So I don't care if you know.
So it was a kind of half apology, but half this is
Well,
why
it
I
was
did
kind of
it.
like this is why I did it,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I'm kind of sorry that I did. If you
Right.
know,
Right. Right.
yeah.
Because
'Cause-
I didn't get that. I thought when I rewatched it, I was like, okay, the points he's making here is one, I don't want to fight Gasparzinho because they're mates.
I didn't get that at all.
He
I
did.
reckon he
He
would.
definitely said that at some point, though, in the
Didn't
thing.
he say I don't want to like? Yeah, but oh, in the house you mean, or in the cage?
I don't know. The translation said, I don't really blame him, but I don't want to fight him because we know each other.
Yeah, I thought that meant like I don't want to get into
Oh, I
arguments
don't want to get into
in
a
the
clash.
house. I don't want to kick
Right.
off
That
him
makes more sense.
because like we are mates, and even though he's being a
Right.
dick, like I don't want to like I don't want things to blow up in the house.
Okay.
I reckon he'd fight him in the cage.
I
I
just
don't.
wasn't sure if he was apologising, basically. That to me didn't come across. It sounded like he came in to say, look, you need to sort your team out because they're
But then,
pissing me off.
but then Vitor kind of took it as an apology.
Yeah, and like Vito just took it in a different direction, saying, yeah, well done for apologising. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not
But he's like,
entirely sure that's what that was.
then he's like, maybe next time, instead of saying, look, you woke me up, and so I did this,
Yeah.
maybe say, they woke me up and
And that's
I
it.
allowed it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
yeah, yeah.
yeah, Yeah, again, he's a class act, man. I say it every week. I cannot hate on Vitor. Like, I know you like to pick a side.
Yeah,
Like, okay, I'm with these guys, I'm with that guys, but as much as I love Wanderlei, and
yeah.
he's still one of my favourite fighters and people ever, I can't hate on Vitor, man, because he just represents a lot of what I try and stand for in life as
Right,
well.
okay. I think
But
I'm starting to hate on him a little, only because one, I'm feeling very sorry for Wanderlei. And I always do that. If someone's getting like
of
a bit
course,
battered, I start to like cheer for them, like, come on, you can turn
yes.
this around. And then, like I said, his handling of that situation, it just felt a bit like, are you actually listening to what he's saying, or are you just on your own agenda here? Like,
No, it seemed like it. It seemed,
he still came across okay. I think we've got more to see. We'll see, though.
but I'm kind of treating it like it's two friends of mine, like two mates,
Yeah.
and I like them both.
For
But
different reasons.
if they start getting into it with each other, I'm just
Yeah.
staying out of it. I haven't got a vested interest either way. It's
Yeah.
like I'm just going to enjoy the show. Like if they kick off, because that's the thing as well. If two of your mates do get into a bit of an argument, and you know because they're friends, it's not going to escalate beyond a certain level.
Yeah.
You know, it's just going to be kind of
Yeah, then it's the greatest
back and
thing
forth.
ever. It's just like, I hope this is just
Exactly.
entertaining.
Exactly. You just sit back and enjoy the show, and that's kind of how I'm treating this season of Ultimate Fighter as well. It's like I'm just going to enjoy whatever happens between them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's all good.
I did enjoy that bit where Gaspar started fucking around with that lion, that statue, like
He's
putting a
doing
triangle
jujitsu
on
moves
it, and then but it was weird. I was going go for the rear naked because isn't it that thing in I think in Brazil the rear naked choke is I looked up the name of it. It's
The
called
name for it.
Mata de Leo, which is a lion killer.
Lion. Oh, right.
Because
Wow.
allegedly that's the only way to potentially kill a lion barehanded. Give it a
gets
rear
you.
naked, get on his
In
back.
fact, have you ever seen that UFC advert with Frankie Edgar puts one on a tiger?
No?
He's at the zoo with his girl.
Are you
And,
serious?
a
Like
tiger.
playing around, obviously.
What do you mean? That's an advert for UFC.
Oh, right, okay.
So
I thought you
he's
just
at
went
the
to the
zoo.
zoo. and
No, he's
something
at the zoo
happened.
with his girl,
Right,
and the tiger like breaks out,
yeah.
and so he runs off and puts a rear naked choke on it, puts it to sleep. Yeah, they've got a few of these adverts where, like, the gist of it. I mean, I'll put the link on Twitter, but the gist of
Yeah.
it is like, oh yeah, we're just normal guys. And he's just walking with his girl, going, yeah, I'm just a normal guy. And then there's like, oh, tiger, and he's like, oh, hold on one sec, and just chokes it out. And there's an Anderson Silva one as well, where he's just like,
What did he do? Kick the shit
He's
out of
just-
a penguin?
no, he's just.
Just takes his head off.
just kicks a giraffe's legs out.
Leg kicks.
But no, he's just walking along the street and he's just doing. What does he do? It's all just like superhero shit. He's going, yeah, I'm just a normal guy, and then he like flips a car over and shit
Oh,
like
right,
that.
okay.
Or
I've
just
never seen these.
Yeah, I'll link them on Twitter. They're good, man.
On
But
this,
that Frankie Edgar one's hilarious.
On this message board where it says, because they say the only way you can beat a lion is a rear naked choke.
Well, where's the evidence of this?
I don't know. It's just some guy on a message board. It's just alleged. But some guy responds to that saying, I'm not too sure about that. I bet Rampage could powerbomb one to death. It's like, what I'd give to see that, man. Lion just getting powerbombed by Rampage.
I'd like to see him. What would I like to see Rampage powerbombing?
What, animal wise?
I'd like to see like a chimp would be good. Just. ah.
You know what? Given his mental state right now, that couldn't be that's maybe not too far away.
Yeah, you
Because
never know.
you saw that video of him doing, what was it, getting raped or
Or
how
getting-
to rape
no,
someone?
trying to rape a girl and then finding out that it's a tranny,
It's a guy. God.
which then beats him up and then seemed to ask rape him.
Yeah.
That seemed to be the gist of that.
Crazy video, man.
sketch.
He's starting to lose it.
He's always been nuts, though. Let's be honest. But
so yeah,
you're right. You were right about Remember you mentioned before that Rafael Cordero's kind of got a vibe about him where, like, he's like a
high
real
level?
elite level
high level trainer.
and he's kind of looking at these guys a little bit like these guys are a bit shit, man.
Yeah.
Then at the same time, but at the same time, I think he's also competitive as fuck.
Cordero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell he's really embraced like the whole we want to win.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's more of it rather than he thinks they're shit.
He just wants to win that badly, and he's on the losing side at the moment.
Yeah,
and it brings out the worst in people, doesn't it? When you're in that position of like you're a winner and you're losing, it's like
and it's on TV.
Yeah, and it's on TV.
And you know Vitor's loving it. Yeah. It's embarrassing, and if you're a competitive person anyway, it kind of that's what starts to happen. Yeah, happens to the best of them.
Yeah, so it's basically 2-0 to Vitor now. Team Silver just feels like they're at an all-time low.
Oh man,
like they can't catch a break.
Yeah, I mean we'll get round to more of that a bit later, I suppose. But there was a great little quote I noticed Wanderlei said when he was doing the training, and he said to them, "You are what's on your mind."
Yeah, I know exactly what he meant by that.
That is such a because I kind of
it's sort of a bit secret, as much as I hate the secret. You
know,
no,
it's not. It's not.
No, it's saying whatever is in your head, you're projecting. That's what you are.
You are what's on your mind. Yeah. So like, if you,
i.e., if you're thinking,
if you're in an angry state of mind,
yeah.
then no matter, say you're a nice guy all the time.
Yeah.
In this particular moment, if you're in an angry state of mind, then you're an angry person.
Yes.
Like, so it's almost like saying it's in your control. Like, if you think confident and positive, then that's what you will be. Because in The Secret, like, imagine I'm going to get a Ferrari and then I'll get one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Secret is based in some very good ideas in think positive, but it takes it just too far. Just takes it ridiculous.
Silly.
Goes silly with it. Yeah.
Whereas that was more because I was like, that's nice. That's a nice thing. That's a nice quote there from around.
Yeah. Again, it's that mental game, man. I think the coach's job is 50% mental, 50% physical, and
maybe even a bit more mental because he's got his team to do the technical stuff.
Yeah.
Because you've got your jiu-jitsu coach, your striking coach, your wrestling coach.
Yeah, so what's his job? Mental.
So what's your job? I mean, obviously it's coordinating everything.
Yeah, but also, giving them the pep talks and
motivation, confidence, and like you say, that mental stuff. And that's what Dominic Cruz is very good at.
Yeah. Definitely.
In TUF Live. And Vitor seems that way as well. I love the way Wanderlei just takes the piss out of him.
Anytime Wanderlei talks about Vitor, it just cracks me up.
He never shuts up.
Because they're sort of, I don't know, are they friends? Do you think? Like, are they mates or?
Well, I mean, I think they're all right. I think they're all right with each other.
Right.
But they know they're going to fight at the end of this.
Okay, so there's no need
that
to.
That has to play on your mind.
Yeah.
Has to. So you can't. I don't think you can be too nice with somebody if you know you've got to fight them. I don't think it's possible, really. And then also, like you said earlier, the fact that Vitor's winning, he's 2-0 up already.
Yeah, I saw an interview with Wanderlei. He was on MMA Hour. He was via phone, and it was just he's very hard to understand anyway. And then he's kind of really worked up, and he's on this shitty phone line. And there's times I'm just like, I can't understand a fucking word he's just been saying. Yeah, really? But essentially the bits I was grabbing was like, for this could potentially be his last fight. He's not saying never, but he started talking about how your body gives up and stuff.
It's winding down, yeah.
But this is the one he wants, because that first fight, that was a bit of an embarrassing defeat for him.
Right.
It was like Vitor just come out and just fucking blitzed him, just absolutely blitzed him, knocked it, and that had never been done to Wanderlei.
No, that was usually what he did to other people.
Yeah, exactly. So that was like, this is the one I want to put right, and it feels a little bit like I'm gonna give this one my all, and that's kind of changed my perception of actually this could be a fucking interesting fight.
Yeah, but that's again that may well be why he can't. He's probably not going to be that friendly with Vitor either. Because in the back of his mind, he's like, "I want to fuck you up."
Yeah. What did you think of Vitor not telling the opponent? I thought that was silly, man. I didn't get it.
It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Like, especially with the whole mental thing. It's like you'd want to tell your fighter that, so it gives him a bit of a psychological advantage.
Bit of preparation.
Otherwise, he's in no better position than the other guy on the losing team.
True, yeah, and when he even announced it, he announced the other guy first as well.
Yeah, to get a bit longer.
Give him like.
That's just strange. But I love the way Mutante, he's such a fucking Vitor butt kisser. He's like, yeah, that's a good idea. He's exactly right.
Yeah, but Rodrigo Dam himself afterwards was kind of like, I wasn't happy with that.
No,
man.
Not at all. I don't think anyone would be, would they?
I could see. I mean, one of them made the point of like, well, what difference does it make tonight or tomorrow morning?
Yeah,
but
it does make a difference if it bothers you. By the very fact that it's bothering you, it makes a difference.
I suppose Vitor's point was it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter who you're fighting.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it's a knockout competition.
yeah.
So, you know, you don't know who you're going to get in the next round or the round after. So, you know, don't worry about it.
But
Just,
is he going to do this every time now, or like because
I don't know.
this is the first time he did it? It's going to be interesting.
In the third episode, which that was their complaint as well, wasn't it? Really, it's
like, why start it now? Yeah,
yeah, it's a bit odd, but I could kind of see his point, I guess.
From a purist point of view, it's like, look, don't worry about the rest. You just train as you've been training every day. Don't do nothing different. We'll handle the rest.
And then when we come to the fight pick, that's when you'll know.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah, which is
not a huge issue though, because it is only like one night. It's like one night. Yeah. So
and maybe you'll sleep. Maybe you'll sleep a bit better. And
it's like, well, I can't do anything about it, so fuck it.
But then maybe the not knowing would fuck with him a bit more. Maybe because he's going to be up all night thinking, oh, who's it going to be?
Yeah. It just depends on the guy. Like I said, someone like Rodrigo Dam seemed affected by it. The others were like, oh, I'd be alright, just find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything else before we go on to the fight?
Just only other two things was loving the product placement again. And you know what? I prefer it.
It's so unexpected as well when it comes around.
Isn't that so much better than, okay, this fight is sponsored by...
Oh, yeah.
This fight clock is sponsored by... They don't do that.
It's blended into the show.
They blend it in.
Yeah.
That one bit where they were all just sitting there drinking their energy drinks. And and then
to be honest, I think that's the future of advertising. That's such a better way of doing it.
Subtle. And there wasn't there one bit where Wanderlei, they just showed him driving in his Ford truck.
Oh, when he steps out of the building and he's just looking around for a bit, and then just gets into his truck.
And then drives to training. Is there any other context to that?
There's no speech. There was just the weirdest bit was when he come out of that building and you saw the sign of the building, and I thought, are they advertising that building now? What's going on? He's just standing outside there, just looking around.
I know. And they're just getting in my Ford truck.
I thought it was actually one more thing before we go into the fight. It was interesting about how Ronnie lived with Gaspar. He's saying he lived with him for 2 years.
Again, I wonder, is that a translation thing? Like, did he train with him for 2 years? Was it like the same gym?
No, there was a bit when he said, I lived with him for 2 years, and he should know I'm insomniac because we've lived together for 2 years.
Okay. Yeah.
But then I was thinking, no wonder you're a fucking insomniac if you've been living with him for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely seem to be friends, because that's when he pulled him into the room and he said, look, if it was anyone else, I wouldn't have stood for this, but because we're mates, I'm just going to sort of say, you need to calm down.
Don't do that again. Yeah, he's all too excited to be on TV, isn't he, Gasparzinho? Or do you think he's just like that?
I think he's just like that. I'm not getting the impression that he's doing it for the cameras. I get the impression he's just like that, because he's like that all the time. He never has a day off. He never has a minute off. He's just constantly like that.
And even in the little video interview bits, the talking heads, he's just kind of like, whatever. Like, people complain about him, and he's like, oh, they need to shut up.
Whatever, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
But yeah, the other thing was, that's the first time anyone's ever seen somebody weigh in and just get on just straight up naked.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it. Yes.
Yeah. Just gonna get naked. Fuck it.
No towel. Just weigh me.
Yeah. Let's have it.
I was thinking, right, for the if you want to have, like, if you really even want to fuck with your opponent in the stare down, you've got to do that shit naked. Just get naked, have the stare down, and just get in their space. That would fuck with you, man.
With a boner.
Just touching them a little bit. They're backing off. What the fuck?
But yeah,
how great
I remember earlier though, Wanderlei said, if you're not going to make weight, as a last resort, we'll take the clippers and cut your hair off. Yeah. So I wonder if he thought, I'm not even going to risk pants. Like,
if this fucker's going to cut my hair off.
Well, yeah, I'm just not taking a risk. Let's just go naked and just,
They really explained the whole weight loss process to everyone, which, again, for the people who don't know MMA.
Yeah. So, and how great, I mean, we're getting to the fight now, but how great was that bit after fight when Mario Yamazaki was breaking down the judging?
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Yeah. So I guess he's just the ref every week now then.
Yeah, he's a Spanish one. And the Brittany Palmer seems to be the fixed ring girl.
So they must have just sent her down there.
Yeah, it's like you're staying in Brazil for a bit.
Have a holiday.
Yeah.
Walk in a circle for...
I didn't appreciate how good looking she is till this week for some reason.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like I've always focused on Ariane Celeste, but Brittany Palmer's hot, man.
Oh yeah, sure.
So yeah, when in the opening bit for the fight of Rodrigo Dam, like straight
Yeah.
away he comes out of it. My parents got divorced, and I was just thinking, oh, here we go. But then I thought, no, this is Rodrigo Dam. He's not gonna cry. And
He,
then right at the end,
he got
just
about as
just a
close
little
as
bit, just like oh.
yeah.
That's
Do you think
basically 5 for 5. I think everyone's cried so far.
at any point do you think someone's going to come out and go, yeah, Mark Brigham was fine, yeah, like
That's what I'm
parents were
waiting
cool.
for.
I
Or
can't see it
not
happening.
even talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just be like, yeah, man, just two parents, happy home.
Yeah.
That
But
was it.
that's
But
a pattern, not just with Brazilian fighters. That's fighters in general. I'm noticing.
you're right, actually.
There's
You're right.
something
Yeah.
about it. A tough upbringing equals. I suppose maybe you get into fighting if you've had a bit of a tough upbringing, like family-wise. You know what I mean? If you're not on the straight and narrow, you're on the streets fighting.
It's
And
an
then
outlet,
you
or
go into
just.
MMA.
I don't know though, because in the American one, you do get these guys who were like wrestlers and then
Yeah.
just got into the sport, or were boxers and then got into the sport.
Yeah, because in America you can be a sick wrestler and go to university just off the back of that. Where
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case in like Brazil,
No.
where you could just be a jiu-jitsu guy and get through college or university.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, what do you think of the fight then? Really?
Fight. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm of that opinion where. First of all, did you agree with the result overall?
Overall, I think just about, yeah.
How did you score the rounds then?
I think first round. Well, luckily, John, what's his name?
Macapa. Yeah.
Macapa.
Yeah.
He started that first round, maybe the first 30 seconds to a minute. He was quite aggressive,
Yep,
swung
in
a
the
few
stand-up.
punches and
Yep.
stuff. But I think if it wasn't for that,
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of slams that fucking Rodrigo Dan put on him,
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu, he was all over him.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, the stand-up was probably even. I mean, the stand-up, they were both just swinging like crazy, weren't they?
I would have just given Macapa the edge on the stand-up. I thought he
Really?
was doing a little bit more, and he was aggressive. He was walking forward. A few more leg kicks in there than he did.
I'd have given the round to Dam though. I think just because he got the takedowns, he was aggressive.
See,
with
I
the
gave it
jiu-jitsu.
to Macapa on the basis
Really?
of the stand-up, and
He wasn't really connecting though with the stand-up.
But the problem with this, always have this issue with the whole takedown thing. It's like he took him down, but he got up every time, and he did nothing to him.
But
He
kept
controlled
it.
his posture, but he didn't
He
do any
was-
submissions. Like he didn't
He
even
was-
get close to landing one, not in the first round. He did later on, but
Um,
in that first round, it was just controlling posture. That's all he was
I
doing.
think the
just
slams.
controlling
I
him.
think the slamming.
yeah.
For
Yeah,
the
I suppose that
judges-
counts as an offensive move. Yeah.
it looks spectacular to judges. I think as well. They pick up on
Yeah.
it.
But
So
again, like I said, man, he got up so well. I was so impressed with the way he was getting out of those positions.
because we talked about that before, didn't we?
Yeah,
Like, if
yeah.
someone puts you down, but then you get back up.
Yeah.
Should that not like cancel each other out?
Yeah.
But I suppose it was the way he was putting him down was sort of quite spectacular, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I looked on a number of websites, and again, like some of the websites gave it to him 10-9, some of them gave it to the other one 10-9. So it's like for me, okay, you could say that was a draw. Overall, if you took everyone's opinion.
I'd have gone 10-9 down, I think. Yeah. But that first round flew by as well. It's one of them where I kind of looked at the clock. I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit, there's only 30 seconds left.
I mean, the whole fight was good, wasn't it? It was like pay-per-view level.
Great
This
fight,
wasn't
yeah.
like a Ultimate Fighter type fight.
Because
This was
usually, like,
proper- and especially by we'll come on to it, but the third round, they were just so hungry for it. It's
know.
like, come on.
but like I've noticed on TUF and even some UFC fights, like the round will be going on, and I'll look at the clock, and there's still like 2.5, 3 minutes left, and I'm like, damn, man, this
Yeah.
it feels like this has been going on forever.
Think
Whereas
of that
this-
at all. Think of that at all.
Looked at the clock, I was like, what?
Yeah,
The round's
yeah,
finished
yeah.
already. Because it was all action, man. It was great. And then second round, yeah,
Second
well,
round,
definitely.
I've got Dam's. I keep writing Dayum because the way you said his name, but Dam's takedowns
Damn.
were less effective. I thought he was a bit tired in the second round. You could see him
Yes,
fucking
definitely.
gassing for air big time, just taking big lugs of air.
Mm-hmm.
But he was doing this nice thing of when Macapa would sprawl, there'd be a moment when they were just face to face on the ground, and you'd try and punch him at the end of the sprawl.
Yeah.
It's I've never seen
I
that
noticed
before.
that.
That's a
That's
nice
good.
technique.
That was nice.
Ah.
Um,
But I felt
But
like
yeah,
Macapa was waiting for the takedowns, and he was like kind of guessing when they were coming. And there were some hard leg kicks from him as well.
yes.
There were,
He was more aggressive, definitely, with the striking in the
okay.
second.
And there was an eye poke, which wasn't really of much consequence, but his eye did look fucked. And this made me
Yeah,
think: do they have their nails checked, like fighters? Like, what if you get an
yeah,
eye poke that happens? Yeah, it's like
they must do.
they have
Yeah,
to
they must
surely.
do.
That's just dangerous
There's
otherwise.
no way they wouldn't check that.
But he had him mounted towards the end, and I was so impressed with how Macappa got out of that. He was just like always scrambling to just get into half guard again, always get into
Yeah.
half guard.
I suppose you could say, yeah. I mean, I'd say over the first 2 rounds
Hmm.
with the jiu-jitsu, Rodrigo Dan was more aggressive with the ground taking
Yeah,
to the,
yeah.
and he was working for more.
Yeah.
And
It's the
Macappa was
equivalent of what he was doing is the equivalent of on the stand up if you're the aggressor walking forward. He was
yeah
doing the equivalent of that on the
on the
ground.
ground,
Yeah.
but then Macappa was more aggressive on the stand-up. But I noticed in the third round, Rodrigo Dan was the one who was going forward on the feet.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. I thought he was tired, but somehow
He was just
he got
he just
himself up for
wanted
that
to
last
do-
round.
Yeah. And I think I'd have let him. I just gave him the last round because he was pushing
So
the
who'd you give
action.
the second round to then?
Macappa.
Macappa, right? So it's 1-1,
Yeah.
and then the third round for
Third round because he was he was pushing the action on the feet,
yeah,
and then on the ground he was trying to get mount.
yeah,
He was working. Didn't he went for a Kimura.
yeah. He had a Kimura pretty solidly, kind of at least locked in position. It wasn't a real threat. But then I think it literally came down to the last punch where they were scrambled, and just before the bell, he landed 2 punches on top, and it's like
Right
that's
on his
it,
head.
that's done it.
That could have it. Yeah, that could have decided the whole
Because it was
match.
tight. It was tight.
But at the same, I could definitely see Wanderlei's point.
Yeah, like I said, well, I
See hard done by. You know, it's a real shame.
Yeah,
the
it's a
one
shame.
the one shame about this season as well is I wish I knew what the coaches were saying during the fight.
oh yeah. That's the only bit we're missing out on.
Because the problem is because there's so much coming in at once.
Yeah,
they
you
couldn't-
can't translate
couldn't
that.
subtitle it, can
No.
they? But yeah, that's a shame because I'd love
But
to
it
know
was
the kind of stuff.
Dan was very close to getting a point deducted, which would have changed everything.
So they're holding the fence.
Very close.
Oh yeah, he'd have lost. He'd have lost if that had
Yeah,
ended up,
yeah.
definitely.
Sometimes that's just done. You know, what I mean, they don't warn you twice. Sometimes they just the second time they take that point.
But yeah, I actually felt worse for Wanderlei and Cordero than I did for Macapá.
Rafael Cordero is gonna kill someone soon.
Yeah.
Something's just gonna happen. He's not a happy man.
Because Macapá was very sort of diplomatic about it. It was like,
What about the best losing speech ever? He just comes out with like life's not about winning. It's just a part of life. And
yeah,
you
it's
move
like
on.
you know, and he said, I mean, the believing in God probably helps.
Yeah.
He's like, obviously this isn't God's plan for me, so
Yeah.
you know that's cool. So I felt worse for the coaches than I did for him.
yeah, because he was the one stepping up to that level. It should have been the coaches doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't Wanderlei say, "Yeah, you're a role model"? now?
Yeah, you're a wise man.
Yeah. But on the other side, Team Vitor, was that the best post-fight reaction ever?
Yeah, man. And I just
That was-
thought, what a great show! What a great show! That's what
The
it should be like
emotion.
after every win, just going mental.
Just loving it, yeah. The emotion. And they poured all that shit on his head.
Oh yeah, again another great bit of product placement there. That shit looked disgusting. Though. I would not want that shit inside my body, man.
Oh, no.
It just seemed like gooey and thick, and it would
It
not
almost
be.
seemed like a protein
refreshing.
bar, just sort of liquidized.
Yeah. Like that's when you're thirsty after work. That's the last thing you want.
Last
Just
thing you want. Yeah. But God, the emotion, man.
yeah,
They were just
it's another
loving it.
level. Like even
And
like
he
you
was-
said,
and he was
compared to
that bit
other
where he
times.
goes, "Oh, I was going to give up," and then I heard you guys cheering for me. I was like, "Wow!" I nearly started crying.
I'm telling you, mate, they're gonna get us by the end of the series. We will be crying at some point. It will just be like, yeah, this is what you do.
And it was a great speech by Vitor at the end as well. This is what I mean. I can't hate on the
You can't
guy,
hate
man.
on him.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
I'm just feeling sorry for Wandy, so therefore,
Yeah,
by
big time.
default, taking his side now.
Oh, I felt really bad for him.
But again, I
'Cause
think at the halfway point, it will turn around. They've got to be like, look at the bigger picture and think they haven't really picked off their best fighters yet, have
Because
they?
this is usually what happens. You'll get that when guys are more tactical,
Yeah,
where they really think about the matchups.
Yeah.
They usually will be successful early on.
yeah, and then it will switch.
Then it's like once they've shot their load, kind
That's
of.
it. Oh,
Yeah, so we've just had another little technical glitch there, but I think we pretty much said everything we wanted to.
Yeah.
about TUF Brazil.
Other than thank you for the feedback on YouTube, for any messages
Yes,
you're sending us, for the followers on Twitter. Very
yes,
appreciative. We love the MMA community. We're a tight-knit group. We've got to watch out for our own.
yeah.
So please keep the support. Um,
We
anything
want
else?
to
Any
do a
shout-outs?
shout out to Observador MMA
Yes.
on YouTube.
Very helpful, man.
Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but yeah, really appreciate the feedback, man. Very educational.
Yes. Keep it
It's
coming.
quite good to know that even though I'm kind of just talking out of my ass, I was
Yeah.
and
From your room in England, you're just
yeah,
like connecting with some dude in Brazil.
but I wasn't too far off with some of the things I was saying. It's quite close with some of my ideas. But yeah, man, appreciate you watching. Appreciate you letting us know.
Yes.
And,
And
we learn together
yeah. So follow us.
through the beautiful sport of MMA.
Follow us at Rear Naked Chat on Twitter. Email us at rearnakedchat@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And tell everyone about Rear Naked Chat.
Rear
And
Naked channel on YouTube.
Rear Naked Channel on
and
YouTube.
coming soon on iTunes. Be ready.
Yes. Obrigado!
Yay!